This ASMR video is going to be all about how to manifest your dream life. So I know that a lot of people have already spoken about manifesting and like all that kind of stuff, but I feel like I have some good advice on manifesting and some good tips. I started manifesting probably like 7 or 8 years ago. I got really into the law of attraction and all that kind of stuff, but I have definitely used manifestation, and every time I use manifestation it always works for me. And not only has it worked out for me, but I actually have helped a lot of people in my personal life manifest their dream life and get everything that they desire. So yes, it works. You can do it in a practical way, in a esoteric way, in a scheduled structure kind of way. There's a lot of ways to manifest, but in my opinion, I think doing as many things to get you to your goal as possible is obviously the best option. So a little bit of help from the universe, a little bit of work, and a little bit of believing in yourself. So before I tell you my tips or advice, I just want to let you know that all you have to do is imagine. Use your imagination, okay? So while you're thinking of these things and brainstorming and thinking about the life that you want to have, use your imagination. Everything starts with your imagination, and a lot of people use plant medicines or other things to like get to that point, right? Like using your imagination is what creates it first. So obviously you don't need to do substances, and I don't recommend them, but use your imagination, okay? Let go of your adult brain. Let go of the brain that tells you that you can't have it or that it's not possible, because your brain will try to trick you because you don't see it happening right away in the physical realm. Okay, so let your imagination run wild and trust in it. So the first tip, manifestation trick, I don't know what to call it. The first one is some alone time. I feel like alone time is really how I manifest, and I love myself manifest and really like fine tune what I want and all of that. Like, I definitely love being around people, don't get me wrong, but for me, like, I like working alone. I like coming up with ideas alone. I like executing things alone. But everyone needs alone time, and this is your dream reality. So don't let other people, your partner, your friends, or anything, family, get in the way of like your thought process of what you truly want. If that makes sense, you know, like they can be in your dream life too, but don't let their thoughts like influence yours. So spending time alone will help you think about what you truly desire. Hi. I'm so weird. Number 2 is a vision board. So a vision board. Everyone's heard about it, everyone's done it. I know it sounds girly if you are like a more masculine person or a man, but I don't think that it's girly as long as no one sees it. I mean, unless you want them to see it, but you know, just make a vision board on your phone. You can hide it and or put it in a folder or not care and let people see your vision board. But on this vision board, you can either do a longer vision board and put in things that you want, maybe like a few things that you want this year, a few things you want in a few years. You could do shorter ones, like maybe some goals that you have in the next 6 months, or goals that you have, like weekly goals. Like you could really do anything, but putting it on a vision board is so important. Like, as an example, when I got my Jeep, like I wanted a certain color and it was a bad time to buy vehicles because like everything was out of stock, but I like really wanted it and I put this exact color of this Jeep on my vision board and I looked at it every day and really focused on the goal, like making sure I did my part right, and the universe did their part. Literally found the Jeep I wanted online. They saved it for me at the dealership and I got it that night, like that. And I used that vision board, I would say, for probably a year. Not because I couldn't like visualize it quicker, but because I was doing like the actual 3D realm part of that, you know, like making sure that I like had the money saved, that I wanted to do it the correct way, and blah blah blah, all the whatever, like human things. But literally got that Jeep like so easily from manifesting. Every place that I've lived at, I manifested. I remember like a really long time ago when I first ever got like my first alone apartment, everyone kept telling me like, oh, you won't get approved for that place, you will never be able to afford it, like they raise their rent like crazy all the time, da 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 da. And I'm just like, I can't afford it. I will get approved and I deserve to live there. And the first place I went to, it was nice. The apartment was kind of small, but I was like, okay, I really want to live in this area. And because I was moving states, so I applied for this apartment and I got turned down. And I was like, okay, whatever. This was a different apartment than the apartment that I wanted. But I was like, okay, whatever. And I just like kept going. Anyway, I found this apartment, like didn't let that bother me. You know, people could have been like, oh, if you won't get approved for that, then you won't get approved, whatever. I applied for this other apartment that I actually really liked better, and it was way bigger, way nicer, and the same price. And I got approved for that apartment, and it was literally down the street from the other apartment with better reviews and everything. I'm just like, see, the universe has me. I really think that like manifesting with obviously the actions of getting to the goal helps, not only because you're seeing that thing every day or reminding yourself what you want, but also because you're telling the future like what to hold there for you. You're like, hey future, put this on hold because I'm about to get it. I'm about to get it. I'm about to get it. Okay. Number three. Number three is motivation. So whenever I have like a big goal, whether it's like finances, leveling up in life, or just whatever, moving, buying things, yeah, all the good goals, I always look for sources of motivation to like motivate myself and like get into that kind of masculine energy, you know. I'm one of those people that like I will print out things, like motivational things, and put them all over my house. put you in that energy. It will put you in that energy. So listen to motivational speeches, listen to affirmations. If you don't have a printer, then if you see like a like motivational quote or something that you really like, just write it down, rip the paper out, stick it on your mirror, look at it every time you brush your teeth. It really works. It really works. Motivation, motivation, motivation. Actually I have the stackers out here. Motivation, meditation, time alone, and writing down what you want. Like, a lot of people don't even know what they want. I'm like, all you have to do is know what you want, write it down, become it. The universe will help you. You just have to know what you want first. Like, do you write down what you want? You know, don't forget that part. I feel like it goes back to, you know, telling the universe to put it on hold for you and bring it into you. You have to start that, right? So write it down. Let your brain be aware. So the last thing that I want to talk about is a little bit like more kind of trippy, but it's kind of like quantum jumping. So you have to believe that you are that person that has that thing. By the time that it comes to you, it will feel normal. That's why you see like super rich people like the Kardashians and stuff normalize flying on like private jets and crazy vacations and spending money on crazy stuff like giant diamonds or whatever, because it's like normalized to them. So all you have to do is become the person that you want to step into, become the reality that you seek. So you have to believe that you can achieve it. And then when you meditate on it, you want to meditate on the thought of jumping into that reality, that state of already being it, because there is a reality of you already having that thing and being that person and doing that thing. Because it wouldn't be in your head if it wasn't possible, okay? Your dreams would not pop up in your mind if they were not possible. So, step into that reality. Be, breathe, see, visualize you being that person, what you would wear, the smells, the feelings, who you would bring along with you, like anything. Like if it's money, the feeling of the money, the things that you would buy. If it's a house, how you would decorate it, and the parties that you would have, you know. If it's a job, how accomplished you would feel, how good you would feel stepping into that position. Jumping into that reality is like a really, really great way to manifest and normalize. So the more that you think about the things that you want and the person that you want to become, the more your brain normalizes it. I heard this thing once that your brain actually thinks that if you think like, oh, I need to sweep the floors. Oh, but I really don't want to sweep the floors. Every time you think about sweeping the floors, your brain thinks that you swept the floors and it will take your energy. That's why people who think a lot, like, they're really anxious, get really tired, because your brain thinks that it's doing these actions. So use that to your advantage and use your brain to trick itself into jumping into that reality and normalizing having and being and receiving first day and how you would feel about money on the last day. At first, if you thought about $100,000 extra in your bank account, you would feel excited and be like almost unfamiliarized, and that's going to push it away. But maybe on the 7th day, you've gotten so used to it that you're like, okay, yep, there's that $100,000 in my bank account in my mind. Okay, let's move on now. That's attracting it because it's saying, hey, I'm jumping into that reality. I'm okay now. Like, I'm ready to level up. I'm ready to go there. So give me what I've been, asking for. Your brain is going to activate before the physical realm does. So just keep thinking and being in that mindset and meditating on it and feeling comfortable with it, and don't give up even if it's not showing in the physical realm. It could take a day, it could take a week, it could take a month. It doesn't matter because you already have it. It's going to happen because it's already happened in another realm, and you're going to jump into it and become it and be it. So there's no rush because you already have it. Trust me, I know it sounds a little weird, but I've done this my whole life. I've accomplished everything on my own. I come from nothing, and everything that I've done and everything that I've created and all of that was all by me. And this way of thinking, the manifestations, the alternate realities, the belief in myself, the confidence, and a little bit of delusion. And honestly, that's kind of what the alone time is for, because it might be perceived as delusion, but it won't be when it works. So those are my tips, and truly they will work for you if you execute them. Remember, you always have to put in the work. You always have to do the job, but the more you do something, the easier it gets. So don't worry too much about any of that. Just trust yourself. I hope you have wonderful dreams, that you wake up with so much energy and motivation in the morning. Maybe write down a few things that you want to buy, you want to be, all the things. Never stop dreaming. Never stop telling yourself that you can have more if you want more, that you can be more if you want to be more. Keep dreaming. Alright. Love you. Love you, love you, love you. Love you, love you, love you. Breathe in. Breathe out. All the way out. Sending you courage.